easily, your revenues could drop instantaneously without a conversation. And that's happened to a lot of YouTubers. That's happened to Amazon affiliate folks, where they change the structure of how they want to deal with folks or how they want to work with their partners without talking to you about it. So in a weird way, they're kind of like this new quasi-boss, right? And so I just want to throw that out there. You might not have seen that coming, Tommy, but I just want to put that out there. I will say this. If you're getting started, sometimes it's okay. I do agree to experiment on some of these platforms because they do make it a lot easier to find customers. But in the long term of things, if you want true freedom, you want to be building your own platform. So my own platform is my own website that I fully control. My own email list that I fully control. Not saying that I don't participate in social media, but at the end of the day, the economic underpinnings of my business, I am in full control over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. And you're right. There is kind of, like you said, a quasi-boss relationship because as we've seen, at least on the political side of things, people can be, they call it shadow banning or they are deplatformed. And when you look at the algorithms of Facebook and starting a page, Beatrix and I were talking about this the other day. She started a page for her virtual assistant business, but we don't spend a whole lot of time on that page because most people aren't seeing that. They'll see like 1 out of every 100 posts that you put up or something like that.
So why do you want to put all that energy into that? And because basically Facebook wants you to buy ads so more people will see it. So it's like they kind of game the system.
Right. And I heard somebody talking about it the other day, and it's like we've become the product. The reason that like Facebook and Google and things like this are,
telling you to own yourself.
Free.
Let me just jump in here for a second. This is really important. What I am preaching to people or advocating to waking people up to is for far too long since the beginning of the industrial age, that is all we've all been viewed as. We are viewed as resources. Literally, there's an entire department inside of almost every company in the United States called a human resource department. Yep. You're just viewed as an input, just like energy or other materials. You're just another input. Number two, on the other end of that, we are called consumers. We are viewed as who's going to gobble up all this product that's being made by the corporations, the consumer, right? So what I am trying to advocate is true economic freedom, that if we can start helping each other create our own work or be more conscious of what each of us is consuming and who it's for and why we're doing it, that is true personal freedom. That's true economic freedom in my book. And that's what I want people to realize, that you are now in charge of yourself as a personal resource. This is for you to manage. And I know that freaks people out because we were taught to be freaked out about that we couldn't possibly manage ourselves. We couldn't possibly manage our time, our energy, and our money all on our own. Because in the old industrial system, they wanted people to follow the directions, to defer to authority, to do something over and over again without question. We are now moving into an economy where that skill set, mindset, set of habits, whatever you want to call it, is, to say the least, so unhelpful. We need to be creative again and curious again and to think for ourselves and to help each other. And so this is where, again, we need to take control of our own personal resources again. That's my message.
Yeah, and I don't think people understand that, like, coming up on a podcast like this, where I'm just getting started. I've released 6 episodes. I have more recorded that need to be released to date. You're looking at a situation in which you're getting on here with all your valuable information, and you're giving this information for free. So you're living the experience of helping people. You're not just saying, yeah, we need to help each other become more independent and show self-ownership. You're actually putting your actions, putting your money where your mouth is. You're not getting paid for this. And you do a lot on the side. You know, obviously you have your platform and your products that you do sell, and we're going to get into the accelerator program here in just a second. But you're willing to have discussions with people on the side for little money or no money, and have that conversation and determine whether or not you're even the right person to help this individual. And that says a lot about your faith in what you're doing.
I appreciate that, seriously, because it's different. It's about what you want in life. We all have been indoctrinated again to think that money is everything. That is going to be the key of all happiness and success. If we only had enough money, then everything will be figured out. In my last business, I made a lot of money, and I decided that, guess what? I'm not any happier or feel any more successful than I did before. So what is it? And what I'm trying to get people to understand is to really evaluate yourself as that resource, to really understand yourself as a human, so you can create work and live in alignment with your values, your needs, and your abilities. And right now, we are being asked to work in alignment with the needs of a large organization, whether that's public or private, for the vast majority of us. So that's why more of us feel anxious. That's why more of us feel maybe a little depressed or miserable at work. We all accept that, work, it's just miserable. For work to be considered work, it has to have an element of misery. I completely disagree.
On the next Stranger Encounters, Monday episode, Stephen Warley.
Sinking, tearing deep within my skin. Faded eyes can't see true